All right, it's a cloudy day in Dubai. Very rare. It rained last night, believe it or not. How do you actually get rich quick? Well, I have the answer for you, and it's not what you're going to expect. Look, I know that as soon as someone says something like that, you immediately jump to this, like, what's their intention? Are they going to try and sell me a $99 a month community or an ebook or sell me a course or something? I haven't really got any interest in doing that today. I just had this idea. And I was literally in the middle of work over here, and then I was like, oh, I know what I could do. I could make a video to procrastinate what I actually need to do. So don't worry, I'm not gonna try and actually sell you anything in this video. Maybe I should to buy a new hairline, but I'm not going to. So what's the answer, right? You wanna make money, you wanna make it as fast as humanly possible. Now I can tell you that the answer is nothing to do with what you probably think. It's not about SMMA, it's not about e-commerce, it's not about Amazon FBA, it's not about like AAA or IPGA or drop servicing or video editing. Like, there's all these vehicles that are just not the best, right? I'm gonna keep this one brief because I have a habit of starting videos that I intend to spend like 20 minutes on, and then I make them like 2 hours long, but it seems to work. Right, so how do you make quick money? Right, it's very simple, right? If you're a beginner, you have no experience, you have no idea what you're doing, essentially, you have to learn to solve problems. And now, hang on, right? You came here for a shiny answer, and I've given you solving problems. This is probably out of alignment with your expectations, and now you're tempted to click off the video because it's not shiny. It doesn't satisfy that shiny object syndrome that you have. I can see it in your brain. You already want to click off the video now that you've received the answer to satiate the curiosity of the title. But do not click off, because I'm actually going to explain what this means, because you're going to think solve problems like, would you just leave me alone? I don't want to talk about solving problems, I want to talk about making money. But let me explain. The quickest way to make money is as follows. You find a group of people, like this. You find a group of people, right? Now you want there to be at least 30,000 of them, and this is called a niche. A niche is a market. It's a group of people that have affinity that share specific problems or specific lifestyles or something like that. For example, you could pick gym owners, you could pick agency owners, you could pick authors, you could pick people who sell stuff on Amazon. You could even pick indigenous tribes, right? Just a group of people that share a similar life, right? And what's gonna happen inside of a niche, and you want there to be at least 30,000 people, really, right? Is they are going to have a problem, right? Niches have problems. Now, how do you make money? Well, money is made when value is created, right? So it goes like this, and this is gonna blow your mind. At least it should. If it doesn't, you can just dislike the video, I don't really care. How do you make money, right? Well, you make money when you create value. How do you create value? Well, you solve problems, right? Well, actually, no, not really, because how do you create value? You alleviate pain. Right? Because value is created when pain is alleviated, okay? Money is made when value is created, and value is created when pain is alleviated. And how do you alleviate pain? Well, you solve people's problems, right? If you remove a problem from someone's life and you actively solve it, then you have created value by removing pain, and people will pay you. The main reason anyone ever buys anything, and the only reason you're ever going to make money in any way, shape or form, is if you in some way, shape or form alleviate pain from a circumstance of someone's life. And when we have a niche, right, when we have a group of people, like so, when you have a group of people that all look the same and all have the same problem, if you solve, if this is a niche here, right, if you solve a problem for one person, and still don't click off, I'm going to keep this one short and I'm going to explain how to actually solve the problem, make the money and sell it, don't worry. But if you solve the problem, let's say the problem they all have is problem X. Everyone here faces problem X, and a few of them have problem Y, right? If you solve problem X for this person, then the chances are you can repeat the solution for this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. For example, my first business was a marketing agency for gym owners. There's 50,000 gym owners, maybe more than that now in the US. I solved the problem of client acquisition for one. That means I could repeat the problem and scale the problem fractally across the entire market, the entire niche, right? Simple. So the question is, well, how do we actually make money? Well, the first thing we do is, like I said, we pick the niche. You go and find a group of people, typically that you are interested in. The key here is your interest, because If you're not interested in them, you're probably not going to be incentivized or particularly motivated to actually help them. I'm just going to pull this curtain quickly so you can actually see what I'm doing. Should have done this at the start of the video, right? So you need to find a group of people that you're interested in. That's your niche, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to that group of people and you're going to start asking them questions, right? What do you struggle with? And this is literally how you make money. This is how I've done it, right? Is you go to them and you interview them. You find a group of people that you're interested in. Could be gym owners, could be, I don't care, could be authors, could be people who sell house plants. It could be anything, right? And then you go to them and you say, well, what are you struggling with? What pains do you have? What problems do you face in your day-to-day life relevant to your specific work or lifestyle or whatever? It could be, maybe the niche is yoga coaches. So you go to all the yoga coaches and ask them what problem they have. And what we're looking to do after you've spoken to probably 30 of these people is we're looking to establish a pattern, right? Because the first thing, in order for you to solve a problem, you need to define it and understand it. And you need to make sure it's a fractal, which means that the pattern or the problem exists inside of everyone's life, inside of that niche. For example, if you're working with yoga coaches, maybe one of the main problems they have is that the students never bring their own mats, right? That could just be a problem. I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, right? So once you've established a problem inside of a group of people that you're interested in, now you have something like a leg where you can actually create value. Because what you can then do is you can go to the market and say, hey, well, if I solve that problem for you, would you pay me money? And the chances are they almost always would, right? And that's almost always how it works. So this is the foundation of any economic machine in any business that ever existed anywhere ever. You never buy something that doesn't solve a problem for you. Even if you look at these house plans, for example, in my office, or even this whiteboard, I buy things and you buy things to solve problems. The problem I had was my office was bare and I didn't like having a bare office, so I bought the plant, so I've now got things inside of the office. It doesn't look empty. I bought the whiteboard because I didn't have anything to write on. That was my problem. Now they solved the problem for me, so I gave them money, right? This is how the world works. This is how money is made, essentially. So once you've defined the problem, right, well, the question then becomes, well, how do you solve the problem? How do you actually figure out how to fix this so you can make money? Well, it's very simple. Information, right? Information, right? What you do is as simple as this. You define the problem, then you go and find someone that solved the problem, and then you either pay them or you try to leverage your time or give them something in return for the information on how to solve this. For example, if I picked the gym niche and I work with gym owners and I found out that they all struggled with keeping members for more than 6 months, what I would do is I would go and find gyms that have very, very, very good client retention, very good membership retention, and try to negotiate to understand how they've solved this problem. There's all sorts of ways you can do this, but I'm going to let you figure this one out on your own because it's going to depend niche on niche. One example is you can go and find podcasts of people that have done it. There's actually podcasts on gym retention, believe it or not, very niche places. You can watch YouTube videos, you can watch gym retention, you can read, you can watch podcasts, you can read books, you can interview people, you can ask people. Like, the main thing that you need to understand is almost every problem in business and life can be solved if it abides by the laws of nature and the law of physics. And so all you're looking to do is establish the information that if applied to this problem would manifest a solution. Once you have this information, all you're going to do is you're going to go back to the group of people who have the problem and you're going to say, hey, like, remember, or maybe you don't remember because you didn't speak to me, but remember how you have this really painful problem in your life? Well, I've got a bunch of information that if you apply and absorb, and maybe I'd even do it for you, I will remove this problem and, this problem will be gone, which means your pain is reduced and your pain has been alleviated, which means I'm allowed to make money. This is how you make money. It's not about SMA, it's not about drop shipping, it's not about Amazon FBA, it's not about consulting, it's not about any of these things. It's about establishing a big group of people, extracting a problem that is a pattern and that is painful across the entire market, going out, finding how to solve that problem by talking to people that have, or just doing extensive, heavy research into it, gathering the information to solve it, returning back to the market and saying, hey, if I solve this for you, will you make me money? Yes, there's a lot of other stuff involved. You have to know how to turn the solution into an offer, then you have to know how to have a sales script and how to scale and how to hire people and stuff like that. But the core foundation, fundamental, founding principle of making money is literally this. And if you learn to do this, you'll make a ton of money. Goodbye.